Hey guys, welcome to Carib Gold Olga. We are all sick of something, all right? I am sick of, you know what? Korra and Dr. Dean. I'm sick of both of them. I think I must have covered that show way back twice, either last year or year before. Only about twice, because I saw right through them. Both of them were exploiting their children to get money. Korra, as well as Dr. Dean, her ex-husband. And finally, a judge put his foot down and he said, no more, no mass. Because Dr. Dean took Korra to court 3 times, actually 4 times. This last time was the 4th time back in January. I believe it was January of this year, 2023. He wanted sole custody. So he figured if he buy a bigger house, and he shows that he's the ideal father, and he's so attentive to the children and so kind and loving and groom them well, and he's got a stable family, that a judge would give him sole custody. Well, finally, a judge says enough is enough. Although he puts on this exterior, I'm a doctor, I'm a chiropractor, I got the better home, I can give these kids a better environment. Where he messed up is when he told the judge he needs the children to make social media content. That's where he messed up. Now everybody knows that he is using the kids for a social media check. The question is, does he really love those children? Now that the cat is out of the bag and it came out of his own mouth that he wants the children. Oh, judge, can you give me sole custody of the children? The judge says neither one of you can post any content of those children anymore until further notice. And you can't even post a picture of the kids. Because Korra is rejoicing. What's my behind goes for her too. Because she's using the kids also. Every minute you see little June in the camera. She's combing her hair. She's giving her some food. She's doing this, that, the third. The last video she put out with June, she's asking June if she took her vitamins before they went to school. Now, these kids are about to go to school. Well, June is. She's all in the camera, not paying attention to the kids. She don't know if June is drinking something corrosive that can harm her. She all in the camera. Wuss. And I'm saying to myself, well, this is why I stopped looking at that show, Because I'm sick and tired of that Korra. Sick and tired. She's too much self-absorbed. She does not pay attention to those children. So I can understand her trying to train the kids. She asked June if she took her vitamins. And if I'm not mistaken, June is still a toddler, right? Or at least just getting out of toddler's age. So how are you going to ask a toddler if she took her vitamins? You as the parent supposed to make sure she takes her vitamin. So June said no. And when June said no, Korra opens up the vitamin and gives one to June. And Korra asked her, are you lying to mommy? Before she gave her the vitamin. She don't know for sure if the child took a vitamin. The child said no. Some kids like the taste of vitamins, so they're going to say no just to get another one. We can't give them too much of anything. There's a reason why it's stipulated that they get one a day. So all this stuff Dr. Dean is jotting down. When he goes to court, when he goes to court again, he's got new ammunition. But Korra is, I don't know. Like I said before, she should have never had children. She's too self absorbed. So, guys, Dr. Dean and his ex wife Korra is just a classic example of when people can't iron out their differences and it's a nasty divorce. And so, with a nasty divorce, you're going to have a nasty interaction post divorce. That's what's going on now. Because they could not iron out their differences, and it was such a nasty separation and divorce. Dr. Dean, well, he announced he was going to divorce Korra right after she gave birth to the second child. And then she went ahead and filed for a divorce. But it was so contentious on both ends because he suspected her of cheating. And she, of course, was in her feelings because she had just given birth. So both of them, well, not both, because Cora really want to get on with her life at this point. She's not the one who is harassing him. He's the one who is outwardly harassing her by, although they have 50-50 custody of the children, he wants full sole custody. Why? I can't see why the judge is going to grant him sole custody. The only reason I feel he wants sole custody is to spite her. But for now, he wants those kids so he can make that YouTube paycheck because he knows how much Korra was bringing in and he wants that money. Plus, he wants her to pay child support to him so he can really drain her dry. Spite her, to hurt her, to harass her. There are different ways that you can harass people. You don't have to drive by their home and honk your horn and all that foolishness. You can do it in the court of law. You can keep filing for those children that, well, he's been filing for those children his fourth time in court. And the judge denied it and said, neither one of you are allowed to post your children on social media because the judge realized that's what he's battling for, to have full custody of those kids so he can post them up on social media and make money. He even admitted to the judge, dumbass. I take that back. Not so smart, I should say. How are you going to admit to the judge that you make social content with your children so you would like full custody? I guess he wasn't advised well by his lawyers because you don't tell a judge that because that's for damn sure the judge is not going to give you full custody because the judge is going to realize you want to exploit those children. So the judge saw fit in his good sense not to give him full custody. He nor Korra can post up those kids until further notice, which is great. I hope it's definite and they lift that indefinite order and make it permanent because when Korra don't need to have those kids displayed on TV like she does. I mean, it's like they're social media babies at this point. And she is dancing and gyrating. And I mean, instead of her, go cook the kids a meal. Take them to the park. Let them run around in some game room somewhere for kids. Do some coloring book with them. Sing them the songs of the alphabet so they can learn the alphabet. To me, she's not such a great parent. And he's not such a good parent either because both of them are fighting and the kids, I don't care how much they try to hide it, the kids can pick up that tension. And then he gets on, he gets announcing that she brought all these strange people at the house. The last time um, she went to pick up the children, and he had his daughter in his arm, and he saw this big black man coming towards him that he didn't recognize, and he was scared. And I said, please stop the overacting, Dr. Dean. As a matter of fact, you met this man before when you went to Africa, because he is part of Korra's family. It's Korra's sister's husband. So you met him before. So stop playing a donkey that you were scared because all these black people were at your house. Oh, all of a sudden you're scared of black people. Now that you and Korra are no longer together. Now you're so scared. I'm scared. The next thing you're going to be doing, Dr. Dean, I can see it now. Korra better not take her brother-in-law or any black man over to your house to go get them kids while she's sitting in the car, because I can see him now picking up that cell phone and calling the cops that there's a strange black man coming towards his house. Please send the squad cars out. That's next. Allegedly. I can see it now. That was just a warning when he announced a strange black man was coming towards me, stretching out his arms to get my daughter, and I was scared because didn't recognize him. So Korra better be on her P's and Q's, because Dr. Dean is playing for keeps, honey. You don't want to put your family member in the long arm of the law. When they come up there, it's going to be guns drawn. We saw what it did to Amadou Diallo and everybody else that got shot and murdered. Every black man who got killed by the cops in the United States. You don't want your family member to be part of that list. So I suggest to you, Miss Korra, my dear, that whenever you go to pick up your children, don't let none of your male relatives get out of the car and go get them kids. You get out, or you send your sister to get them kids. Let a woman go get them kids, because Dr. Dean is playing nasty. Anyway, YouTubers, drop your comments. That's the latest on Dr. Dean and Korra. Child, I'm sick of them. That's the latest. I'm over and out. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel and to this video. Thank you for watching.